Okay.
All right, let's go and sign the minutes from last month, or approve the minutes from last month. All right. Lonnie?
Yeah,
I'll go first. Or Rick, or you guys together? I don't.
yeah.
Oh,
I was asking, I don't have anything to present other than.
The reason I asked, so we all be here to get on the same page to understand how we want to handle things like this in the future. Or so 212 Byerly, which is Claire Gerbic, she called me on January 29th and asked me to have her water turned off. She said that her pipes were frozen and she was told that they would be trying them for another week. She was moving out anyway. She wanted the water to be shut off to prevent a water leak. I issued the work order on the same day. On February 5th, I received a reading from via text from Jay. The reading was 82,372. I had to double check it because that was over 20,000 gallons. He checked it and it moved forward. It was the same. It was the same. On February 6th, they called me again because there's some confusion on the meter book. Well, addresses negative time matter. At the meter reading for the billing, two numbers were indicated. Anyway, that's irrelevant to that. Anyway, I told you about this on February 6th because I wondered if there might be an issue with the meter. Said meter's not a little crazy. I called Clara and told her about the high reading. She was upset. Called the landlord to ask him if a water line invested at this address. He said that it did, and that Lonnie Romick had shut the water off on February 2nd or 3rd because water was spraying. I then called Jay and told him what Rick had said, and he got upset and said that he himself had shut the water off and that he would quit serving Kingman and they can figure it all out. I'm just reading. I documented everything that went on at that time. So I'm just reading what I documented. He said he has to come down here more than any other town, and that's why he wants the digital meter reading system, and I totally agree. I was upset as well, and I feel caught in the middle between resident, landlord, and Jay. So landlord is here, maintenance is here, Jay is here. It's not the only big leak down there, but she asked for it to be shut off on the 29th. Jay said he shut it off on the 29th. Bonnie said he shut it off on February 2nd. I don't know.
We was there, and I don't know what day it was, because it was the day that was when it was getting the big snow. It's colder than I'll get out. I think it was actually plowing snow, or I was here for something. I'll pay the bill if that's the biggest thing that we have to worry about. I don't care about that. I mean, it's water under the bridge. It could have been my neglect. It could have been her neglect. It could have been any of our neglect. I mean, it's, when it's not cold, opening up a meter lid, you throw that lid open, you try to twist it as fast as you can. And
I said to her, I said, when it's this cold, there's a risk opening the meter lid. So I said, I will ask. So that's.
it,
So anyway, if it got shut off that day and the water had not busted at that time, she would have gotten a bill of $82.51. But because the water line burst, her bill, after I applied her deposit, and I only charged her final bill for $83.51 because I felt like that was fair because she asked it to be shut off and there was no leak at that time. But right now her final bill is $591.78. So I just thought it was fair to charge her because she asked for it to be shut off on the 29th. And so I said, that's between those guys. I'm just the messenger.
See that.
And everything I just read to you is in her file or in her account. You guys have anything to add to that?
No, other than it was cold. It was a fluke day. It was one of those days that somebody moved out. It got damn cold. I don't know when the call was come in, but yeah, I didn't know all that happened with you guys. I just know what happened on our end.
Right.
You know, I just showed up at the trailer park and there was water. But again, it was one of those, and it just so happens that it's down there a lot because there's so many units down there. So,
Right.
you know,
And do you want to share with the board what you told me, what your goal for the summer is?
my goal is to go around and trying to, we've got all the trailers, they're skirted, but we've got a new skirting that I like to get on all the trailers, especially on the roof. Yeah, roof. It's thicker, it's insulated. So at the same time, so what Rick and I did when we first took over the trailer park, we put skirting on the trailer. We got under each trailer, winterized it the best we could, and put new heat tapes on them. That's been 15 years ago. Two or three of the frozen water lines and put new heat tapes on them. That's been 15 years ago. Two or three of the frozen water lines years ago. So they're ones that Brian sold me 15 years ago.
It's true. It's true.
I'm just saying, but we're back at that point now, and we're gonna do some thicker insulating. And
And that's where it becomes a struggle. Like, I know that's why Jennifer is here.
yes,
You know, they had a big leak and I feel partially responsible for the extra on their account because I knew about it on Monday. But then Jay showed me those pictures of the meters. So I thought, oh, well, they worked on it. And then it dawned on me on Friday that I hadn't talked to you guys. That's when I called you and told you about their leak. Well,
and
they've got another, right.
My wife Kathy, and we're gonna start managing the trailer park. Not better, it just, we've got, she can let us know. I don't look at my phone, Rick doesn't look at his phone. That's not an excuse. Only one.
But I'm saying, I'm willing to help the postals out because I knew on Monday, but again, he showed me those pictures, so I thought maybe the leak got worked on, but that was a different matter. The wire got melted, but what
It's what it is.
the postal's bill is $1,300 because their gallons was 41,000 gallons. And it was a pinhole leak right behind you, Lakeville at, your address, Jennifer, help me. What's your address, Jennifer? 200 by me. So I want to help them a little bit because I knew on Monday I called them and we were talking, I talked to Keaton back and forth. But I didn't contact you until Friday because I thought that maybe had been worked on because Jay showed me pictures of the 1 meter lid was open and the other meter had melted wires. So I thought, well, they must have worked on it. So, anyway, well, a lot because it's 41,000 gallons. Yeah. And that's one of the adjustments that are in there. But my issue, or if I was a renter, well, Jennifer, you can speak to that because I'm not the renter.
As
I
far
mean,
as,
why are you here?
for when I'm here, Kendall asked us to be here just to kind of speak on the situation. I'm kind of at a loss because that's a substantial amount of water. We were unaware of that leak happening because it wasn't in the house. And
And Keaton said you had not lost pressure
No.
because it was a pinhole leak. Pinhole.
that's what Jacob
Right.
said, yeah, it was a pinhole.
So they weren't
there
aware,
was no idea that this was happening.
right? Yeah, I can't speak for the residents because I I try, but it's just better. That's why it's better if you guys just come and speak for yourself.
Unless we're told by you, like you caught that one the other day, that's how it should work. It was.
Hey, Rick, how many times have I called you?
Yeah, I know.
I call you a lot.
I appreciate that, and it's just one of those things on this, that one with Claire, she had her power shut off, she had, this after the water froze, so all on one day.
We didn't know the water was coming.
Right.
And she was moving out and Duke Energy was supposed to be transferred from hers. When she shut it off, it was supposed to go straight in line. Well, she went out on Friday. They was able to shut it off on Friday, but you couldn't transfer it over to mine till Monday. So then,
But this is all after the fact, it was still.
yeah, then that Saturday is when it froze. Well, when it froze, there's no leak. You know, so then when Lonnie comes in on Monday, there's water running out back that trailer. But we didn't know it was froze. Now it's frozen going out and, yeah, I don't know.
She said she spoke to your son, and he said that they weren't gonna get on for a week. Now, she could be painting a different picture. I don't know. I'm just telling you what she told me on the 29th when she called. I issued the work order within 15 minutes. I mean, as soon as she called, I printed out the work order and
Well,
for TV shows.
now, whether he said that or not, that doesn't negate the issue whether what happened in your guys' did. I mean.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
I mean, you understand it, whether he was gonna shut it off or not on his end, he called to have it shut off and the
Yes.
problem got back to that.
And you take full blame for it because I flipped it over, maybe I didn't get it all the way off. I was worried about freezing. Saturday, I think it was Saturday or Saturday afternoon, but I don't know. That was when we was having all that snow and so, I mean, I'll take full responsibility. I didn't do it on the right.
If Duke hadn't turned it on, we didn't know it froze. We wouldn't have known till Monday when we were back up to 50 degrees. Even if they had turned electricity.
But the new number at the trailer park is, and you know, if that's a better contact and we can do better as far as getting our messages through, I think that'll help on everybody.
well, as soon as I get the meter books, I start putting the readings in so that I can catch them.
That's all. For this, you won't be able to look.
Mhm. But I'll get everything in one day and into my system, right? All in one day.
But then you have to go.
I have to go through and look. Well, that's fine. Oh, no, I'll go through and surely I'll be able to go through and look at the meter readings before then. That makes no sense. So I won't be able to look at the meter, I won't have a meter reading before.
We'll read them. When you get ready to make bills is when you download them to your system. And then that's when it prints out the bill. I'm pretty sure that you can't go through and just manually look at them.
Okay, well, that's definitely not good. Because I mean, I have an option for a meter reading report that I'm able to go through and look for.
And you might be in there off of your system, but you can go through and do that. But off that iPad, all it does is show just the number that it reads from here to here. When I click it, it downloads it to here. It don't show an old reading. It don't show anything. It shows one number. That's what every town in America uses. I mean,
Okay, well, I'll call Lamson and see if there's still gonna be a way to preview the meter readings before. If we can download it and it doesn't go just straight to billing, if there's I don't know, it's really. I'll find out. Make a note. Well, what's the guy's name that's with Corning now that used to be with him? He might know. Do you have a number for him that I could have at some point? Okay, thanks.
I think on Claire is. In my opinion, this. We can write some of this off. Or how's that work?
And it's your call, but I mean, you know, I think you gotta apply that to everybody. I understand that the water needs to be paid for, that there's already a sewer adjustment for all of those. You know, because they didn't go down the sewer, they were under the trailer. But
These are all from the trailer park?
yeah. And, you know, the pipes don't belong to the people renting them. But, sorry, I want to be sure. That's the trailer part. This one is not. And this one is not, sorry. Those two are, and then I don't. Post is there. So these two are, these three are not. Sorry, two are.
Well, so I wonder $4,000 from this year.
I sent that to the state. So little by little, maybe we'll get that back. But it got $3,000 on one reading because it was 50,000 gallons. So it was after one reading that it was a 3,000. I didn't let it get there.
Well, I mean, to keep it fair with everything else we've
Fair
done.
bit, they need to be able to make payments, like what they can afford. But I just don't feel like it should fall on the renter. Completely.
Well, to keep it fair with everybody like we usually do, usually just adjust the sewer bill to where
Right.
it is and everybody has to pay for the water. And
But on issues that you don't know that you have a leak until 4 days later,
And that's why I'm willing to help
It's
Jennifer
just-
personally.
that.
Put it
that's where
my
all
own
the-
money for bill. But the rest of it is not, they're not insulated well. And who's responsible for that?
Again, they've all been, you can go down there and look, right now, they're all skirted,
Okay.
they've all got into like. water line.
For your
These are where the trailer parks are the ones that had,
They're not insulated well.
huh,
They're not insulated well.
there's as well as the B.
There's things you could do to insulate them better. And that is on the owner.
So we put new bubble wrap underneath them to seal them up just like they were when they were new and.
The issues that we have right now, I understand where you're coming from, but the issues that are at hand have nothing to do with how they're insulated. The issues that are at hand, when I was told about the water leak, I fixed the water leak.
Yes, he did. He did. He went same day. And that's why I'm looking.
And you got get until Friday, it doesn't matter how it's been insulated. And that, I mean, that's why I'm here. And we're saying that we're gonna try to do better, then, I mean, you can go down there, every single trailer is sealed. We try to do our due diligence, and then when I get a call, I fix it that day.
And you were there that night. Keaton told me that you were there and that's why I'm willing
It's as
to help.
insulated as any trailer is insulated. I can't imagine that we was the only ones in Kingman that had frozen water lines.
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
And it got taken care of.
And
And
so-
I paid my bill.
And so did mine.
Right.
Mine was taken care of. As soon as I found out about it.
Mhm.
No, he did. He did.
When
That is true.
the water line freezes up. we don't tell them. And then, you know, we don't know they're froze because we don't live there.
Well,
I called first thing.
Anything with
My section.
insulated.
Oh, who?
I called Britt and I called Jake.
Okay.
As soon as we found out that there was.
Again, yeah, we can't be there all the, as fast as, I mean, we can't be at every place. I have spent an entire day at one place on Ball Run and have 15 others waiting. It doesn't matter if he's got 15 other places. I spent all my time at one place. Whether it was your place, my place, you know,
No, you did. You,
so.
you got right on it. You did.
If you've only got two there, and and I have answered to both of those, I don't know that it's an insulation problem. So that's all I'm saying. But up front, I'm telling you that I'm gonna try to do better on the insulation. You know, as far as the outside.
You know, the guys do a real good job of keeping them all going, and like Jennifer's, she had a heat tape that went out. Need, we cut it off, take the whole thing in, put new tape in and rewrap it, insulate it, and then put it back underneath it. So,
A lot of these are just accidents. I mean, yeah. But again, if you don't know about it for 4 or 5 days, it's kind of hard to nip it in the butt. We get a call, we try to fix it that day. And you guys have Rick's number, there's another number there. So we can try to do better from this point on. And I mean, but no, I don't understand how she could be responsible for something that she didn't know about. I didn't know about it, you guys. Know about it. And, you know, that's just a part of living in Indiana in the winter. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I didn't know all that happened with you guys.
You know, still probably have to stick with adjusting sewer because, I mean, even if it happened to my house, I mean, I was gone for a week. It was cold. I could have happened to my house same way, not knowing it. Or the toilet could have ran for a week while I was gone too, and I'd had to pay them. Yeah.
you guys have to, like, you gotta usually adjust the sewer rate and, you know, that takes a water. That's what you gotta do to make the book work and make it fit with the state and all that, so.
And I wish there could be more, but yeah, they just you start doing something for one, you got to do for everybody. You got to stick with how it's normally done.
My school. In every day. He thought everything had been there every day, but. That's the same thing we can't.
Yeah.
We do our best and try to get along with everybody and work with everybody, so. We get a call, we take care of it. It's just the people, if their line freezes up, they don't always think to call you right then because, well, it'll fall back out.
Yeah.
Sometimes it will. Sometimes they think, well, if we don't have a leak, you know, it's all froze. Well, it may be leaking on the other side of the frozen part and they don't know, you know.
And this year it just got extremely cold for 2 weeks, and you know what I mean? It's not like normal a day or something, not so. We adjust all the sewer rates.
You guys, we just wanted to know where we were at on fixing our end and we're at there. And we'll do the best we can. Anytime we need something to get a hold of anyway, we take care of this. You know. Called me the other day and he wound up, said Jay will quit, she will resign before Jay got his resignation. I'm out of here.
You're gonna end up with an extending bill, that's what the crux of it is. And you're gonna end up with the remainder of the whole.